Welcome to the 76th episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome to returning viewers, and for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could be here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Goodbye 2021. Now,
Exactly.
I don't know about 2022, how it's looking a little bleak, but we're all in this together.
Exactly.
We'll get through this just the same as we did with 2021.
Absolutely.
And Colleen and I are looking forward to spending another year with you inside.
Exactly.
And hopefully we can share some of our experiences and you can share some of your experiences.
Sounds great.
Yeah, we have a great podcast for you today. We've done a little bit of adventure, crafting, and Colleen's been busy knitting, of course. And so we'd like to share that with you. But before we begin, Colleen will talk about what we're wearing.
Perfect. So if you take a look at what May is wearing, this is the Bombini, and it's a cowl by Kay Jones.
I think you've seen this before.
You have seen it before. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you 3 different versions of this. So first of all, the pattern is brilliant. You can change up the colors however you'd like. What I've used for May is the Cascade Yarns Heritage Silk. And it's beautiful. It's got a bit of a shine to it, so it's lovely. And I'll show you a little bit later what I used. There's a worsted weight version and there is the fingering weight version. I also used some DK, and that was the cowls that we gave to the mums for Christmas. They loved them.
They were really nice. It's so cool to see them in different colors. It looks totally different when you do different colors. So it's really nice to share with all of you.
Right.
And so maybe inspire you to do it in a different color or some of the colors that Colleen's done it in.
And if you're thinking about for gifts, I will tell you, if you get 2 100-gram skeins, you can get 2 of them just by switching out what the color is. And that's how we manage the ones for the mums.
Mm-hmm. And you know, how long does it take? Like, does it take a long time to knit one of these, or are they like a day project, a week project?
It doesn't take too long. It's kind of nice. There's some garter stitch, there's a little bit of striping, and then there's some texture at the end, but the texture's nice. It's nice and easy to work with.
And I know you talk about a TV knit. Is it a TV knit, or do you have to concentrate?
Up to, I'm going to point to you, I apologize.
Okay.
Up to here, it's TV knitting.
Okay.
Right? And then when you get into the texture, it's probably the first 3 or 4 rows, and then once you've got it, you've got it.
Good to know. Okay. Not that I'll be knitting one anytime soon, but...
So that's what May's wearing, and what I'm wearing is called the Hipster Light, and that's by Locatelli.
Again, beautiful colors.
Yes, I'm thrilled with this. Now, I knit the Hipster a couple years ago, and it's in a worsted weight. Now, it's heavy. If we were going out walking in the cold, which we don't really do, but if we were going to,
we talk about it.
Yes, we do talk about it. Our little feet don't figure it out.
We have all the equipment to do it. We have snow pants.
Yes, we do.
But we don't do it. But we will.
We will, absolutely. So I have a nice worsted weight one, but it's not, it's too, it would be too hot to have in the house. So the Hipster Light is fingering weight, and this is done with Townhouse yarns, and it's their Clarendon sock. And do you remember where this came from?
Oh, Colleen, I don't remember it.
There you go.
I don't remember what day it is.
Can you read that?
Hand dyed in Ireland.
Does that look familiar?
Oh, we were there.
We were there. So that is where the shop is, and it's a beautiful
in Ireland.
Shop in Ireland.
Wow.
Exactly. So we had a great time in Ireland when we were there traveling.
It's so funny how you know things. Like, Colleen knows exactly where we got everything. Like a skein of yarn, you know exactly what building. I mean, you have so many skeins of yarn. I don't know how you can tell where you bought it, but that's really cool that you know that we got that in Ireland.
Exactly. Well, it's funny. May was busy cleaning out something, and all of a sudden, out of this came a box with this necklace in it. I said, "Do you know where we got that?"
I said, "I have no idea."
And it was in Glasgow. So when we were in Scotland. So, yeah, you know, I had to see. That's why. You know
what, Colleen and I really share a brain. She has it most of the time.
So I tend to have feelings with things, right? So this to me is lovely because it reminds me of when we walked to the yarn shop and we had a great time in Ireland. So that's...
And the weather was amazing. When I think of Ireland, I think of the weather and the greenery and just it's beautiful.
Yeah. And I remember sitting outside at the pub having some crisps and some cider, and it was lovely.
Yeah, the weather was great.
Yes. So that's what I'm wearing.
So all that from that.
And we're hoping that we'll get to
Travel again.
travel again. But right now, we're being safe and staying in and enjoying.
And we'll make the best
what we
of
have.
it.
Yes, we will absolutely make the best
Yes,
of it.
we will.
So that's what we're wearing. And next, we're going to talk about finished objects. My first finished object is the Lemme cowl, and that's by Laura Nelkin. So not all patterns by Laura Nelkin have beads in them, but a lot of them do, and I love that. And the yarn that came, and this was a kit, is Madeline Tosh, and it's their Twist Light. So love it. And there's just a wee bit of bling at the top.
I like that.
I know, I really in the winter enjoy wearing a turtleneck, but not all my sweaters have a turtleneck. So this is the kind of thing that could just sit on top and be like a turtleneck.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, the blocking really opened it up. So if you've never blocked anything, my suggestion is find some little something like a cowl and knit it, block it, and just feel the difference in the yarn itself, but how in this case the lace opens up. And I really, really like it. And it's nice, this one, if you're thinking about beading at all, this one is nice because it's just a little bit of beading at the top.
Yeah, it's not too much.
Yeah.
We just have to find somewhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
I know. Somehow wearing
Wear it
bling
around
to
the
the
house.
grocery store. It's okay.
But you do.
I do. Yeah, sometimes I will. And I think I need to do that because I have, as we're searching for things to show you, I have lots of things. So I just have to start wearing them.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy
Yeah.
with what I've got on. So
And
that's
that's
good.
nice, yeah.
Yep. So that's the Lemme cowl. And I think Laura Nelkin probably has some kits in her Etsy shop. So I would take a look there because sometimes I know for myself when I was starting with knitting with beads, I didn't know where to get the beads. I didn't know what to do with the beads. I didn't know how to pick the right colors. And so by getting a kit, then you get it all together. You get the yarn. Lots of times there's a little treat, the yarn, and you get the beads and you get instructions. And Laura is really good. I'm talking like she's my best friend. Laura Nelkin is really good because she always, most often, has a video. So if there's a stitch that's a little tricky, she'll show you that.
So it's a good place to start when you're doing beads. Is that what
Exactly.
you're saying?
That's
Yes.
exactly what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And if you've done a little bit of lace before, that one's good. I really, really enjoyed that
You know,
one.
do these things ever really go to style? Like, people have been wearing scarves for years.
I know.
They?
Exactly.
So they may or may not. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, you've got enough to last
For a
whole
while.
circle.
Exactly.
Your lifetime.
Exactly. That's what I should do on Instagram is take a picture of what I'm wearing, but it's not going to happen. That's a lot of work. Anyway, so that's my first finished object. My next finished object is the Skagen shawl. And this is by Paula Emons-Fuessle, I think. And we talked about this before because I had almost finished it and then realized I didn't have enough yarn. So I didn't, usually with a shawl, I don't check gauge. Probably not the smartest thing, but I think, well, it doesn't really have to fit. But in this case, there was a specific instruction that said you might need a second ball. I didn't have a second ball. So I had to do a little bit of fancy footwork and change it up a little bit.
Can't you
Now-
just make it smaller?
It's what
Or
I
is it hard
did.
to do that in the middle of it?
I'll explain.
Okay.
So let's hold this up. Sorry, I'm woven in
Oh,
the
this
end.
is really nice.
Yes, I'm really happy with it. So this part at the end, this lace work over here, is not exactly like what's in the pattern. So the pattern itself has a couple of lace patterns. So it does a couple, and then it does a plain, and then it does a couple. Well, what was happening was I didn't have enough. I did a couple and plain, and I was only going to have one. And I'm a little symmetrical kind of person. And so I thought, no, I just want to I'll do all lace at the bottom. And I think what we're going to do, May, is take a picture of this unblocked and then I'll block it.
Okay.
Okay?
And
you'll
you know
see the
what?
difference.
The thing is, whatever you did, it turned out really nice.
Well, I've never tried to organize a lace pattern on the fly. And I had to. Because this third one is a lace pattern, but the number of stitches was wrong because in the pattern it was a plain lace. It was a plain situation. So I had to figure out, okay, how many stitches and because I wanted to make sure, because I really had that much figuring to do, and then this one would be fine. And so I did it.
And this is one skein you're saying, because you didn't have the other skein.
I didn't have
the
the skein.
whole idea was you to do all that
The one
fancy
skein.
footwork was because of the one skein.
Exactly.
It turned out beautiful.
Exactly.
And it'll be really cool to see it blocked too.
Yes, that lace is going to open right up. It'll
Yeah,
be nice.
it's nice.
So this yarn is the Remix Light, and it's by Barocco, and it's 100% recycled fiber. So it's kind of neat that that's what has happening there. So thrilled with that. We'll block it up. We'll show you the pictures and you'll get a sense of it. It does change how it feels, which obviously you can't tell, but if you block something yourself. Now this pattern, if you're thinking about doing some starter lace, this is a good one, especially if you have enough yarn and then you can do that. So I was really, really happy with that. So that's my second one. My third one is another Laura Nelkin pattern, and that is called the Reversible Undulating Waves Cowl.
You have been busy.
I have been busy. Now this pattern is lovely. The kits that she had, by the time I figured out I wanted to do it, didn't have the color I wanted. So what I did was I ordered the yarn, and the yarn is rightfully sewing 3 Irish Girls Yarn Ink, and it's their Kathmandu colorway. Adore and Luxe. So it's 85% merino, 15% nylon. Love the colorway. So I bought that, and then I emailed Laura Nelkin and I said, I understand that you don't have any kits available. I also understand if you can't help me with this, but I just thought I'd reach out. I wanted to try and buy some beads. If you can help me to know where I should buy them and what colors, I would really, really appreciate that. And she got right back to me, told me where to order them.
Your new BFF.
Well, I have to admit, like, designers are busy people, so I wasn't sure, but she did get back to me, and I was thrilled because it did come up very nicely.
And I'm going to save you not sing Kathmandu.
Oh, I want you to sing Kathmandu. Kathmandu.
Oh, you sang it.
I know. You sing better than I do. All right, so here's what it is. So it's not wide, but it's going to, I'd be able to do a double cowl. And the nice thing about it, this blocked really nicely.
So you just wrap this around your head a few times?
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a little bit like a necklace. And so the beads are kind of coppers and browns. I'm really happy with this.
Nice.
I haven't worn it yet. I've kept it special.
Well,
so I'm really happy with that.
When you go to the grocery store with your mask on, that'll look beautiful.
Yes. I think so. Actually, it would go nicely with my navy that I have on. There's so many colors in that. That's why I like the colorway.
It's really nice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that one. So that's that.
More? There's more.
Oh, and yet there's more. Okay. So the next thing was I'm a Patreon patron for the Bakery Bears, which I've talked about. It's great. They do a lot of tutorials. They do a lot of information. And once a year, they do a pattern for all of their patrons. And this is called, it's an Advent pattern, and this was socks. So it's called Christmas in the Big Woods.
2 different colors, like they just changed it up.
Okay, so what
I know you. I can't imagine you doing that.
Really? Well, let's talk about that.
I know you very well, and there's no way that you're going to make socks like that.
Okay, so
am I right?
You are correct. So what they do is they tell you what you need, and they tell you basically how it's going to go. And I thought I couldn't cope. You know me very well. I thought I cannot cope. I love the socks, couldn't cope. So what I did was I went through my sock yarn.
I can't wait to see what you did.
Exactly. Went through my sock yarn, and I had 1 skein of the Regia Premium Merino Yak, which is lovely. And I had a part skein, I still have lots left, of the Cascade Heritage Silk. And what I decided to do, these look very much the same socks.
Oh, look at that.
I did that. And I thought I'll like the light color because there's more of it. And basically every other day you learn something. So it was enough to do 1 sock. And because I was using the same color for the second sock, I couldn't do them at the same time. But it didn't take me long to get the second one done.
These turned out really nice.
I'm really happy with them.
And I like that you did them the way you did them. I don't think I would have liked that either, like a 1 brown and 1 blue, but or 1
I know some people can do that. I know I have a niece that her favorite thing all the way growing up was that her socks never had to match. So my sister, when she did laundry, just threw the socks in the thing and she would pick out one and pick out another. And I just know me and I get it.
I know you too. And these turned out nice. I like them.
I'm really, really happy with those.
Yeah, those turned out great. Yeah.
So that's
really nice.
That.
And they have this toe for you that...
These don't.
No?
So this is called it's Kay Jones umbrella toe, which I like. It isn't actually my favorite toe. And in hindsight, I might have changed up and done the toe. But what I wanted to, what did I want to let you
You're saying it's not your favorite toe just because you're kind of foot?
I have a very strange looking
But
foot.
for somebody else's foot, it's an okay
It's
toe?
beautiful.
Yeah.
And it fits fine. Like, it fits well. It's just because of the way my feet are.
You found a better toe.
Exactly. I did, for me.
Yeah.
And it's still of her pattern.
In toe.
Oh, she's good.
100 comedians out of work, and May wants to be one.
All right. So.
Oh dear, my frying pan.
Your frying pan fell
Yeah,
off?
okay.
That doesn't make sense to you. It makes sense to us with
It will
what's on
later.
to it. All right. So, because I have small feet, I had enough yarn left to make myself a bombini. So that's exactly what May's wearing. And I'm just going to show you difference in colors. So this is what I did. So because the dark brown I didn't have as much, by the way, I still have enough to do some toes and heels with that. So I did the dark brown, and then this is where the texture pattern is, and I did it lighter. And I'm really happy. I was busy knitting away, and May's going, brown, it's brown. Why are you knitting with brown? It's not purple, it's not black, it's not blue. Like, why brown? And I thought, because I have yarn left, because these are easy to slip over.
Now, when you wear these, when you wear the socks?
I might. You just
It's a
never
match.
know. It's a match.
Yeah, well, look at that. It just shows
Exactly.
you the different. It looks totally different, I think,
I agree with you.
with the different colors.
Speaking of that, let's take a look at this one.
Oh, there's another one. Look
So
at
there's
this.
another one.
You can put this one over here, and then we'll see all three. Look at that.
So depending on how you do the colors, this one I grounded it with the dark, and this one I didn't worry about. I wanted the texture to show up.
Yep.
And for my mom, I did something similar to this, and for your mom, I did something similar to that.
And you did navy and white, which is always
Yes.
a good,
Yeah.
always a good combination.
Yeah, I'm really
find.
thrilled
Really
with that.
nice, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm
Those
very
are
happy.
really nice. Those are great gifts,
Exactly. And I'm wondering
and they fit. You know, you don't have to worry about if it fits or not. You just throw
what
it
size
on.
is their hand. Now, May's asking to take this from me. I'm not giving it to her right now. It's not that I'm a
Okay.
horrible person. It's just I want to show this with something
I was
else. So-
wondering why I was going to take
Yeah,
it.
no,
You
she's
were-
going to
you were
take
hanging on
it
for
for dear life. Exactly. Oh my goodness. All right. So that's that. Now, my next two finished objects. There's still
There's
more.
more.
There's more. My niece, we found out over the holidays, is expecting a baby in May. And they know it's a baby boy. So I thought, well, it's time to start knitting. And I had been to Michael's just before
Michael's craft store, that is.
Michael's craft store, sorry. And they had some of their yarn on sale. So I picked up a couple of skeins. By the way, I didn't need a couple of skeins. It's called Snuggly Wuggly. It's by Loops and Thread. It's really, really soft. And it's not quite as bright.
Baby blue.
A baby blue.
It's a nice blue.
I know, I'm really happy with it. So the first thing that I did was it's called Mama Stitchery Projects. It's called a basic baby hat.
You've done
and
this
that's by
before?
Heather Tucker. I really like this hat. I really like the pattern.
It always fits nice when we see the pictures of kids in it.
Exactly. So there's the wee hat, and that's the blue. It's a little bit muted, I guess, is the blue, and I really,
Yeah.
really like it.
I think that's a good name for it. Muted.
Yeah, it's not
It's not
quite
that
as
cute, bright,
right.
baby blue.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I'm happy with that. That's done.
that's really nice.
And then I thought, well, I'll make a little pair of socks. So I found the baby socks by Kate
so
Atherley.
cute.
This is the worsted DK version. Thrilled with that.
So this didn't all come together. You just put all this together.
I did. So there is our wee socks that go with it.
cute.
Now somewhere there is another sock, which is huge, because I knit too many rows.
That's cute. Like
That is cute. I like it bent down like
Yeah.
that too. Yeah,
I'll
that's
just do
good.
that. Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. I'll do the display. It's
Oh,
okay.
good. This is my Vanna. There you go.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
nice.
So far. Now there's something else to come, but it's not quite done yet. So I'll show you what that is in a little bit.
That's gonna be great.
I
Nice.
think so. It'll be a nice gift. And
Nice.
it's machine washable, dryable, so life is good. So those are my finished objects. And May, how about you?
I do have some finished objects, and it's taken me a while to do this particular one, but I'll show you in crafts some of what I did.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right.
Excellent. So next we're going to talk about works in progress. My first work in progress has to do with, it's going to go with those socks and hat, and it is from Maxim, and it's called the Vest and Toys, but it's just the vest I'm working at.
That'll go nice with those little socks.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. So now,
I just want to say, these little balls you've made a
Yes.
couple of times for kids, they love them.
I know.
And they've sent us pictures with their kids playing with them and throwing them. They love them.
And it's not going to hurt anybody.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So this is not looking like much. Looks a little bit like a snake. But this is the back. So that's the back. And then this is the front.
I like that little bit of detail in the front.
I know,
So
I really like
cute.
it. And it's a nice way of doing some cabling.
Yeah, nice.
So now what I have to do is block those, but it's acrylic, so it doesn't block the same way wool does. So I'm gonna have to steam block it. So I'll pin it out, give it a little psh, psh, psh with our steamer, and then we'll be in good
I
shape.
like the sound effects. That's
Okay.
great.
It's the best sound effects I have. And once again, that is that snuggly wuggly from Loops and Threads. Yes, so happy with that. So I just really have to sew some shoulders, block it, sew some shoulders together, and then do the ribbing that's on the sleeves. And then
Now,
it'll be
I'm not
done.
a knitter, but I think the nice thing about that is that it doesn't have sleeves. I would find
Exactly.
sleeves boring, I think.
Right.
Do you? Do it as a knitter, or is it?
No, actually, I don't mind sleeves at all. But the reason why I chose this is because my niece who is expecting lives in Australia. So I thought, you know, when it's their winter, it's not like our winter. So
Right.
just throw a vest on would keep a baby warm.
Nice.
Exactly. So I'm really happy with that. So that's the first thing. Now my second work in progress, you've seen it in process, but now there's a little bit more. And that is the Flax by TinCanKnits. And it is using Lion brand jeans. And this colorway is brand new, is what it is. So,
Is it brand new or brand new?
brand new. I don't know what she's doing to me. Okay, here's where we are.
Ooh, there you go.
So I have one sleeve done. I'm not on Sleeve Island, but I just had a bit of a moment. So I tried this on to make sure the sleeve was long, because my arms, as much as I'm a bit of a shrimp, my arms are a little bit longer. So I love the texture on this pattern, free pattern by the way. And if you never thought you could knit a sweater as a knitter, try making a little one. If there's a little person in your life, this has got all kinds of sizes, and I think you would like it. Now, the reason why I got stalled is because when I tried it on, I thought this is way too long. And it's not way too long, but it's a little bit long. So I thought, well, I've been in knitting classes where they say, well, put it against a sweater that you like how it fits. So I did that, and it was exactly the same length.
Yeah, but it seemed longer for some
It does
reason.
seem
Do you think it's a
longer.
little heavier?
It might be heavier, and it might be the fact that the gauge is a little bit looser. That might be what it is. So what I decided, because I left it, because I thought, I don't know what to do. There is no problem me ripping this out, because I didn't finish in my ends, because I wasn't sure. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the other sleeve, then I'm going to try it on, and then we're going to have the conversation
Okay.
again.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
nice
I'm
though. I
gonna do.
love the color, of course.
Yeah, me too. I know it says
Nice.
brand new, like it's brand new jeans, but it's
nice.
yeah, I really, really like it.
It'll go great with jeans.
And it's nice and comfy,
Yes.
so that's great.
Another thing to wear to the grocery store, because that's the only place we go. Well, I
Exactly.
say we.
Yes. I'm taking care of this one.
Yes, you take very good care of me.
Yeah, you're getting your booster, but not till next week. So
Yes.
she's safe, but she's not as safe as we want her to be. So I'm doing the going out and stuff. All right, so that's the first one. Now the next work in progress is almost done. And I'll explain what's going on. Do I have to run? I have to run for a minute. So that is the 8 Crazy Nights by Cozy Up Knits. And I got an Advent set. And that was by Dire Wolf Yarn Company. And the idea was the yarn was to show you what the Northern Lights look like. Now, I mentioned earlier, I don't often swatch if I'm doing a shawl. In this case, I probably should have, because there was a section where I didn't have enough yarn, and then I had to figure out what to do, and then I changed my mind. So
You're getting good at that though.
yes, I'm getting better. Caused myself that. Okay, I'll be right back because I have to show you all the colors. Oh, I'm back. All right, so here is
nice.
that shawl. Now, it is not the entire shawl because the Advent calendar had 8 50-gram skeins, which is a lot of wool. So what I did, I actually had knit it just about to the last one. And then you and I looked at it and you thought, you're not going to wear it if those other colors are in. And I thought, no, and it's going to make the thing way too big for me. So what I did was, once again, a little fancy footwork. I finished it off, and I still had 3 colors to go. And I'm 5'2", so those extra 3 colors, I would have had to wrap it around a whole bunch of times. So, but I've got a plan. So that's that. All kinds of different texture. This is a great pattern. Because of all the texture and because of all the learning that gets involved, I'm really happy with it. I mean, those are colors I wear all the time.
Right. And
So
you know,
I'm
it is a
thrilled.
good size for you. You start getting too much yarn, you start looking like you're wrapped in a blanket when you go out.
That's true.
You know, this is a perfect size.
Exactly. So I'll show you
I
the...
can't imagine you putting all that other stuff together. but
Exactly.
It's nice colors.
Exactly.
Really different.
So here's what I have that I didn't use. 1, 2, 3. So it would have been in that order.
That would have been a lot of...
It would have been a lot more. So what I think would be great is I'm going to mix 2 of those colors, not sure which. Might mix all 3, and I'm going to make a hat because that's nice and bright. We often talk about going for walks, as we mentioned earlier, but
We have a lot of hats. Colleen says, oh, we'll knit this hat and we'll go for a walk.
exactly. But what I think we often talk about people that wear all black when they go out for a walk.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
good. So I'm figuring if I'm wearing something bright like that, it will be safe. So that's
So
my plan.
If you do go out for a walk at night, make sure you wear something bright because we have tinted windows in our car and it's pitch black and it was raining the one night, pitch black, raining, tinted windows, couldn't see a thing, and people were walking and they were wearing black and you couldn't even see them.
No.
So it's not
anyway.
really good. So I think you should always wear a little bit of that.
Right.
You know, what do you call that? Reflective stuff?
Yes.
When you're out walking.
Exactly. Great
Just
idea.
a little tip.
Exactly. So I'm really happy with what I did. To be honest with you, I had almost knit the whole thing. The only color I hadn't worked with was this one. Everything else I had knit, and then I looked at it and I thought it's going to be way too big
Yeah,
for me.
it turned out nice. I like the colors that you used. That's great.
And I got myself a
Because it is pretty thick yarn.
yes,
for
it's
this, too.
DK weight yarn.
Yeah, it's very thick.
So another option is to make it using fingering weight yarn, and then it wouldn't be as big.
Yeah,
That's a
true,
possibility. But I have this lovely yarn. I'm looking forward to using it up.
Yeah. Nice.
One of my goals for 2022 is work on the stash. That's part of the goals.
Oh, I want to know, what are your goals for 2022?
That's number one.
Okay. Anything else?
Let me think about that. How about you?
I haven't really put a lot of thought into that, but you know, the usual healthy.
Right.
I want to continue to be healthy,
Right.
physical, like so that we go for walks. We still play pickleball.
Right.
You know, that type of thing. Just,
I think that's great.
You know, because it's easy to put on the pounds when
Yep.
it's COVID and you're in the house and stuff. So just being active, physical,
Exactly.
healthy is my goal. Really, I just want everybody to be healthy.
Yeah.
Including me. So and you. And
Exactly. Great.
that's basically it. As you get older, you get more simpler things and realistic.
Exactly.
You know, you get more realistic.
Exactly. Well, I think maybe my goal in general is just use what I have. As much as is possible, use what I have. So use the
Right.
fabric that I have, use the yarn that I have, and just enjoy the process of making.
Right.
I think I can do that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, my next work in progress is a pair of socks, and it is the Prairie socks, by Kay Jones. And this has that toe that we were talking about.
The toe that you like or the toe that you
The toe that I
use?
like.
The toe that
That
you like.
fits me really well.
These
So-
are really nice.
Now, these blockers are to fit a foot that's size 4 to 6. So my foot's somewhere between a 5 and a 6, depending on that. So it's never super stretched out, which is fine. But you can see I made the leg longer.
I could always make you some wooden ones to fit your foot.
So I was going to say we should call this a hoe, but I mean, look at this. I'm almost done. I got to the point I was going to Kitchener, and I thought, I was late last night, so I thought, I'm not going to finish. I'll finish it up when I'm feeling better.
You're almost finished then.
I know. And we have talked about Katie Lou Green's Katie Lou sock pattern, which I do most often. But this yarn and this pattern is brilliant. And I think I have to look at, it is once again that Merino Yak by Regia Premium.
Brilliant because
It's nice to work with. It's not like an opal that's got tooth to it, but it's solid, so you know it's going to wear well. That's what I mean.
okay.
Now, it's Schackenmeyer is the name of the company.
Nice.
Now, I wanted to mention something. The brown socks that you saw earlier, in that pattern, the smallest size, I think they're, the smallest size was a 64 stitch. Now, my feet do strange things. So sometimes with a 64 stitch sock, it's too big. But I still wanted to do the Advent thing from Kay Jones. So what I did was I dropped down to a 2 and I knit them, and I'm happy with how they fit. These ones were, the first sock was mostly done and it was on a 2.25, but it's a 56 stitch sock. And I got that far, started the other one and went, maybe I should be making a 64 stitch sock on a size 2. But I have to tell you, I like how these fit. So I think if I possible, I'll use a 56 stitch with the 2.25.
There you go.
No, that doesn't mean a whole lot to you, but I think you'll
Yeah,
appreciate
I'm like,
that.
there you go.
There you go.
But
That's
you knitters
okay.
will appreciate that.
So
I'm sure.
if you, I just want to tell you about the yardage on this yarn. So I have my 2 socks, and I have this cowl.
Well, that'll match too.
It matches, and I still have all this left.
Wow.
So
You can knit a lot with that yarn.
I could. I've still got a lot yet. So I'm really happy with that. I love this yarn, so I might be able
So
to
what
make,
will you do with that yarn now? How much have you got left?
might have to weigh it, and I might be able to make a shorty pair of socks. Change up where the toes and heels
Right.
are. Do that. If I make toe up, I can use up everything that I got.
Nice.
So that's that. So those are my works in progress, and next we're going to talk about our craft adventure.
In our craft adventures, we've both been very busy in our
Yes,
own
we
little
have.
projects. I haven't really been paying attention about what you've been doing because I've been so busy doing my thing and
Right.
I've been very focused. So what have you been up to?
All right, so I've been doing a little bit of sewing. So I know that I've already shown this. So that was the bag that I knit, and actually I was knit the bag that I sewed.
I love this.
That's what I used when I was doing my Advent from Kay F Jones. So I was enjoying that.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm really
I
happy
love
with
that.
that
I
pattern.
love the colors of that. I know we talked about this last
Yeah.
one, but it's really nice.
Yes, so I think that will be my bag that I use when I do
It's
an
very
Advent.
thick. Did you put something inside?
It's got interfacing here, and here it's got some fusible fleece. So it's a little heavier at the bottom, so it'll sit itself up.
I love doing that.
So you've already seen that, but what I decided to do, because you want to protect your project bag, is I made a few of these. So these are needle keepers. I tried to do a little bit of fancy footwork by making sure there was a gnome right way up, which was a little tricky, but I managed, and then I put that fabric.
cute.
So that's the first
That kinda
one I
goes with the
did.
bag.
Yep, and there's the second one that I did.
Nice. And they got little snaps that you
Yes.
snap them in. And they work well?
They do. I'm happy with them. I have to figure out the weight of interfacing because it needs to be strong enough. Now it's got interfacing and 2 layers of fabric, so I don't think the needles will poke through, but I just want to make sure. I've got to get
Do
the
these have
right
interfacing in them?
They do have interfacing in them.
They're very nice.
Yeah, I'm really happy
Different
with that.
sizes or same size?
Same size. I did a little bit of adjustment because I wanted to. There was a thing that I needed to work on, so I did that.
I love that buffalo plaid with that.
I
nose.
know,
It's
I
so
really like
cute.
it. So I do have some gnome fabric that's gray that could maybe be a winter bag, so I might be making one of those
That's
as well.
cute.
So I'm happy with that. So let's talk about these lovely things. Right at the moment, we have 964 subscribers. So we're really happy. That's working our way up to our goal of 1,000, which will be another one of our goals for
And thank you for
2022.
subscribing. We really
Thank
appreciate
you. We
it.
really do appreciate it. And so what I wanted to do is say thank you. And so I decided that I was going to make 9 of these. Now, it will maybe not be this fabric. I have to check to see what I've got. And I'm going to make 9 of this. The reason why I chose 9 is
For every 100,
for every 100,
you make one.
I make one. And so what's going to happen is, that's the plan. So all you have to do is comment down below.
Say Happy New Year. That's all you have
That's
to do.
all you have to
And then
do.
you've qualified.
Exactly. And then we're going to random number generate, and we'll pick it, and then I will make one of these if you win. So that's for 9. If we are able to get our 1,000 subscribers in the next 2 weeks, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then throw in a grand prize, which will be a bag and a needle cozy
Very good.
for that 1,000.
Good.
So anybody that puts in is entering.
Eligible?
They're all eligible, and it's just if by 2 weeks from today we get that 1,000 in, then there's also going to be a grand prize.
Perfect.
And,
And you'll qualify for that.
And you'll
too.
qualify for that. So as you say, just comment down below. Give us a thumbs up. That's all
Right.
good too. And
Tell your friends, Facebook, however you want to do social media. Let them know about our podcast, your knitting buddies, your
Exactly.
local store. Let them know, and hopefully you'll win one of Colleen's beautiful
needle
needle
cozies.
cozies.
All right. So I'm going to show you another project bag that I did. And this was a request. So so
This is
there
kind of
it
like an order. Colleen's
This
done
is an order. Yes, I did.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy with
I love
it.
the linings that you use. Like they're
Yeah.
so nice. They coordinate with the
Absolutely.
this, and this will sit on its own.
Yes, it should sit,
Sit on
just
its
nice.
own.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
And
So
then
I'm
you
happy
pull-
with that.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. So the project bag may be one like this. They're very similar. Maybe one like this. If
Depends
we
what
get
you
to
feel
that
like, yeah.
1,000. So
That's
I'm really
beautiful,
happy
yeah.
with that, and I'm enjoying sewing. So
Yeah.
it's good. So
Nice.
exactly.
It kind of changes it up from the knitting. I mean, knitting's
Yep.
great, and you do a lot of knitting, but
Right.
it's kind of nice to have another project on the go. Too,
Exactly. And it's fun because I get to practice coordinating colors and coordinating fabrics. And
so this is really nice.
Exactly.
You know, it'd be nice for this too, as a gift for that person, as a little one of those to go with that.
that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great. That's
exactly.
nice. Nice.
All right. So those are my crafts. And that is our contest, sort of.
Yep.
Because we just want to say thankful to our subscribers.
For 2021. That's
For
great.
2021.
Yeah.
All right. So May, how about you?
Well, I've been doing crafts. I've been very busy.
Mm-hmm.
I bought these little legs. I don't know if you can see those little legs online. They're like $1.60 a piece.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't realize that after I bought them. But in order to sell something like that, so there's $1.60 times 4. You can do the math. You're a math
$6.40.
teacher. Well, look at that, math teacher. $6.40. That's before you even, do your time in the other piece of wood.
Right.
So I'm gonna try and figure out one of my goals is to try and figure out how to make those legs on the
Oh,
scroll
I
saw.
know you can do that.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
And then I just glued them onto this, and then I made this so it's gonna be glued onto
A
that.
nice coffee
So then
table.
I'm gonna make this nice little coffee table.
Yes.
That'll be cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know you're smart enough to make a coffee table book to sit on top.
Oh, I can.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can. Yes. And I have to show you this because you're knitters and all, and I went to an auction like a while ago, and I forgot I had this, and I was digging out some things.
Right.
Now I did make this chair.
Yes, you did.
And then I needed somebody to sit in it, and lo and behold, look what I have. A little knitter.
And she's got her little pink booties on. She's very
Yes.
cute.
So she sits in the chair like this.
Very nice.
And what I'm going to do is maybe make a little knitting bag here
Oh,
to match
that would
some
be
of your
great.
knitting bags.
That would be
And
great.
have her knitting come out and stuff.
Oh, that would be great.
I thought you knitters would appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
it's
just thought
very
it was cute,
cute.
with the little socks. Maybe you can knit little socks for her and we could change them up.
Oh,
Look, they come off.
she's got shoes.
She, imagine knitting that. Could you do that?
I could.
That's tiny. Anyway,
very tiny.
Maybe we could change the pink to blue.
We could.
Yes.
Match whatever
Yeah.
place you've got to put them in.
So there you go.
Very nice.
Now I have to make a coffee table and a little cup of tea.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Sounds
now,
good.
What was taking me so long is this cabinet that I designed. I designed this and made this. If you can see the top there, you can see the frying pan and the...
If I take the things off, can you show them?
Yes, and then I'll...
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the frying pan off. I didn't make the frying pan. I didn't make the eggs in the bowl. These are all things that you can buy. I want to try and make one of these.
Oh,
Little
that's cute.
Now I did make this little, out of polymer clay, a little egg
Oh my goodness, that's
Uh,
great.
shells.
Yep.
And so I'm going to give you those, and then I'll show you how everything else works.
Okay.
Put those in the bowl.
Oh, we lost one.
Yeah, it's very tiny.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, so I made the sink out of polymer clay.
It's amazing.
The only thing I didn't make on this was the taps.
Okay.
Okay, so I designed this, but all the working parts was a bit of a problem. Well, not a problem, but time consuming.
Exactly.
when
It's
you
a lot
haven't
of
done it.
calculating.
Yeah,
that's
a lot
for
of
sure.
calculating. So I made the oven door that it opens, and it has a little oven door in there.
Oh my goodness.
I made that it has a bottom drawer,
Very nice.
comes out, and you can put in your pots and pans in there.
Right.
I made that it's got a door for the sink underneath your sink.
Right.
And I made a fridge door
Oh
with a
my
little
goodness.
shelf on there.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So all work in little parts, and then I made the stovetop, and these little buttons are just some snaps from Michael's. And that's the cool thing about when you do miniatures. You never throw anything out, what I've realized. There's always a use for something.
Right,
so you end up
absolutely.
accumulating a lot of things that you think, and you look at the world totally differently. Because I look at something now and I think, what could I use that for?
Exactly.
You know? So, so that took me a long time, didn't it?
But you really worked hard at the details,
Yes.
and that is the trick.
Now, next time I might do a few things differently, you know.
Right.
I used this to make it look silver. I might not do that again. I might paint it.
Right.
And to make it silver, I thought I would try it was the tape I used for my garage door, you know, for insulation. So it's insulation tape to make it look silver. But next time I might paint it.
It'll keep the fridge cold.
But now that I have the size, sizes, it might be easier.
Right.
And these handles on the doors are toothpicks that I drilled holes in.
Oh my goodness.
And was able to do that.
Yep, you are a talented soul.
Well, there you go. Now I have the pattern. We'll see.
All right, I'm going to hand you your little things back because...
And I love these little miniature things that you get at the store.
Very nice. Yeah. It adds, once you start, you know, you've got a lot of the details of the item itself, but then you start putting the bowl of eggs and the whisk and
and a little coffee cup. And I learned that from my miniature group, you know, like this frying pan might be a little large. It's the only one I had, but get a little black one there.
Very
I learn a lot from my miniature people, and I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
The one day we talked on Zoom, half an hour maybe about glue.
Oh!
I thought, where else can you go and talk about glue for half an hour?
There you go.
And I learned so much about glue.
Exactly. Very good.
We all decided that maybe glue is a personal thing.
Yes.
Some people really like certain glues, some people are, you know. But yeah, very interesting. So that is our crafts. And
there we go. So next we're going to talk about souvenirs. My souvenirs involve a little bit of some things that I purchased, a little bit of things that were given to me as Christmas gifts. And so we'll start first of all with what I bought. So the first thing that I bought, which was quite funny actually. So lots of times just before Christmas or just after Christmas there are sales. So Clinique was having a sale. And so they had these little... So it's a little bag, and then inside you get, this does blush and eyeshadow, and then there is a little lip gloss, and there's a lipstick, and there is a lip pencil, and an eyeliner, and then there is a little mascara as well. So that is what I thought was coming.
that comes in a bag, all that?
All that. So
that's like Mary Poppins' bag.
It is. So that's what I thought was coming. Because it was a good deal. It was half price off and free shipping and I think maybe 40% off. So I was thrilled. I must admit, I did wonder because there was a purple version and a pink version, and I thought, I don't remember telling them which one. So I thought, well, I like both of them, so it's okay. I'm good, I'm happy. Because the nice thing is when you get that little thing that has blush and the eyeshadows together, you don't have to worry about mixing and matching colors. So I opened the box, and that arrived. Then I opened some more, and then this was in the box. So it has both sets. Same idea in this one. But this one has different colors. So these are a little bit more purple. These ones have to do a little bit more pink.
How much makeup can one wear, though? Like,
well, you know what?
so it is different. And
it's the similar things. The colors are different. So that's more purpley. This is what I'm wearing. This one right now is what I'm wearing. So it's a little bit more browns and neutrals in that one.
So this wasn't a mistake. You were supposed to get both.
You were supposed to get both. Exactly. I just, for
you
some
just
reason,
didn't know.
I didn't realize. So it was... Because it was,
you must have been, this is a great deal.
Because it was on sale. Like I had looked at that before Christmas, and then when the sale came on, I thought, okay, I think I can do that, and then I'll have the little bag, and everything will be together, and it'll be good.
Very cute. So whereabouts online? Like, what about, like?
On clinique.ca.
Oh.
Yeah. So obviously thrilled when I got double what I thought. It was a good deal for one, but for two, that was good.
Bonus.
So that's something that I purchased for myself. Now,
Merry Christmas to me.
Yes, and Merry Christmas from May. So here's where we start. So May got me some socks that say Knitting Diva. So I'm thrilled with those. So those are going to be
Those are
fun
nice.
to wear.
They feel nice too.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm happy with those. It doesn't matter whether I say Diva Knitting or Knitting Diva. It's all good. All right. So May has said to me, Colleen, I don't know what kind of yarn you need. Maybe need is the wrong word. I don't know what kind of yarn that you want or if there's something specific. So she was very kind and said, just order something that you would like. So I ordered 2 kits is what I ordered.
And Colleen has no problem with that.
No, I have no problem with that. It was fun. So the first thing that I ordered is called the Cowl beading kit. So I'm going to try and show you. I don't know, maybe I'll take a picture. So that is, it's a cowl. It also has a pattern for just a mini shawl. So it has the main color, it has contrast color, and then it has, if you're hearing the noise of the beads in it. So,
and you don't usually like using things until we've done this.
Exactly.
Until we've done the podcast
Yeah.
and we've done our souvenirs. Colleen
Yeah.
won't open it or do it, but
yeah. And so as soon as May and I had that conversation, it was right around when it was what they call Black Friday. So there were all those sales around the
Right.
last week in November. So that was on sale. The next thing was on sale. So this was a kit from the Grocery Girls. So it's woolly winter favorites. So there's a hat and a pair of socks. I mean, yes, you can't do both. But anyway, so it's called the Deconstructed Fade Sock. And this is by Shirley Bryan Yarns.
wow, they're going to be nice.
Yes.
This is like Christmas for me too because I have no idea what you're getting. And I never would have ordered this for you.
Exactly.
And I never would have ordered that. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to do
Yes,
that.
and so in this kit came a candle. And the funny thing was, I was at the dollar store and picked up a candle lighter. The things that you kind of use when you're lighting a fire.
Right.
And it smells really good.
Oh.
And May said,
Nice.
why do you need one of those? And I said, well, you may have bought me a candle for Christmas. She went,
You may or may not have bought me a candle for Christmas. Yeah.
So anyway,
Anyway,
I'm
that'd
happy
be
with
nice.
that. That's right. And what else came in that kit? There was some Tuft Woolen sock soap. You want to smell that one? That's the Pom Pom Pucker.
That's beautiful too.
Yes. And so because I was ordering it, I ordered some things for free shipping. So I got some stitch markers,
Nice.
which have these 2 lovely sheep that are called the Sisters. There we go.
Now you're gonna have to make some stitch markers.
I am.
Yeah. that'd be
So
something
we've
to-
been talking about trying to do a podcast or
A
a podcast and a
tutorial.
tutorial, something every week.
That's another goal for 20. I mean,
Exactly.
we didn't realize we had all these goals.
I know all of a sudden they're coming out. And we've put them out to the world, so we better do it.
Once you say it to you guys,
And,
we
and
feel
we
obligated.
had a viewer say about making stitch markers. So I think what I'm going to do is you and I are going to work at a podcast showing how to make stitch markers.
Right.
So there's stitch markers, progress keepers. There's all kinds of different ways to do that. So I think we're going to do that.
Perfect.
And I picked up a pin. I have a
That's cute.
thing that I made for a pin. They threw in a recipe for loaded pretzels. Oh my goodness.
Oh, those are good.
Exactly.
Have you ever had those where you put a pretzel and a caramel and then you do something else, chocolate or something?
Yes, pecan is good.
Oh, and then you put them in the oven, and it's just like I could eat them and eat them. We don't make them for that reason because I
Exactly.
will eat them all.
Exactly. So it also came with a stitch marker. And then I also threw in the package, thanks to me. These are some things to sew on your knit goods. Okay,
Cool.
so they also have some
Grommet things.
grommet-y kind of things to put on. I think they might actually screw on now that I'm seeing what they do.
Wow.
So that might work out great. So that's that. So I just had a little bit of fun ordering. It was on sale. I got some free shipping. And so life was really good.
And I'm
so
glad
thank you,
that
thank
was in
you,
your
thank
stocking.
you.
I'm glad that you got what you wanted and or needed.
I really appreciate
Wanted,
it.
yes.
Wanted, needed,
Yes.
both. No, there's no need. Wanted,
Yes.
absolutely. So I thank you very much for that. That was very thoughtful.
And you're very thoughtful too, and you're very generous. And Colleen got me a really nice gift from the music store called
Long and McQuaid.
I can never remember that, Long and McQuaid, and you got this nice little tin from there, and that's where the gift card was, and you can talk a little bit about the tin.
So when I went to the store just to get, because May started playing the guitar again, and she's wanting to start that's another one of her goals. Oh my
right.
gosh, here's another one of her goals. She wants to play the guitar. I want to start playing the piano again. So I went for two reasons. One was to get a piano book, and one was also to see what I could find for her. And I was going to get her some guitar picks, but I didn't know what kind. There's so many different kinds.
It's kind of like glue.
Exactly.
Kind of like a personal thing.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So I was getting her a gift card, which I did get for her. And what the gentleman said was that they had these tins, and that by buying a tin, paying a little bit of money for the tin to put your gift card in, then there was money that was going towards kids' music
Lessons or something.
Yes, it was just to help support kids taking music.
That's a nice idea.
Exactly.
And it
I
holds
thought,
my picks.
That's
that
what I
have.
thought.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, the reason why we got into the music thing was really Colleen's brother is a wonderful musician. He can play the harp, the violin, the flute, the guitar, the mandolin.
I think he has a banjo.
A banjo. Did I say the violin? The banjo.
Clarinet, saxophone.
Clarinet, like he's just a natural, right?
Right,
Like he's just
absolutely.
really good at this. And he plays that kind of Irish kind of Gaelic music, and he's gone the East Coast, and they've gone to Ireland, and they go pubs to pubs, and he plays. And so he did a little, him and his buddy did a little thing on video through Zoom for us, and it was so cute, and they just love playing the music, and they just looked like they were having fun.
Exactly.
And then my son visited for Christmas, and he plays guitar, and he's been getting into it more because he's not working as much because of the industry that he's in.
Right.
And it's seasonal. And so he's been playing the guitar, and so he was here, and it was kind of loud. And
It was good,
but he's enjoying it, and you see
Exactly.
that joy
Absolutely.
in them. And so both of them, your brother and my son, kind
Right.
of inspired us. And I've played the guitar, and I know a few chords on the guitar.
Right.
But I've been doing my miniatures and different things, haven't get into
Right,
it.
right, right.
So I've been picking up the guitar again, and it's been so much fun. And then you're picking up the piano again and having fun. And so maybe one day we'll put on a little concert.
Oh, we will. There you go. Okay, there's a goal.
That's another goal. But it's just fun. We're just having fun with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm
So
liking
that
it.
sounds good.
Yeah.
And you also got your saw.
Oh, yes, and I got that miniature saw, which was wonderful. I
Exactly.
appreciate that, yeah.
Exactly. So we are very blessed, and we had a great Christmas holiday. We did things in shifts. So we had our sons on Christmas Eve, my mom in the morning on Christmas Day, your mom at lunchtime on Christmas Day. We just
We did social distancing,
and
and
did all the
we didn't
things,
have
yeah.
a lot of people, didn't see a lot of people,
No,
kept
we
it
didn't.
small.
Yeah.
We're just glad that we're healthy right now, and that we're just
Exactly.
going to take it easy for the new year.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate sharing our life with you. We appreciate that you're here with us. We're looking forward to the next year with you, so please subscribe. Please subscribe this time because you can enter the contest and say Happy New Year. If you
Exactly.
want to expand on that and tell us what your New Year's goals are,
That's a
that'd
great
be-
idea.
I'd be interested in
Yeah.
that.
That sounds great. So thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate you. And until next time.
You take care and be safe.